Hello, fellow human! Welcome back to another Dank Doggo rSlash ChoosingBeggars. So, our story for today is from wSlash Coming to AM Middle, with the title of How I Lost a Friend of 5 Years in 5 Minutes by Being Lost and in a Hurry. TLDR, crazy friends explodes at me. When I can't give her a ride she never asked for. She is no longer my crazy friend. I met my friend Betty in a psych ward. Looking back, I suppose that was foreshadowing. I was there visiting someone else, and we three hit it off right away. Smart, funny, and kind. She's a disabled mother of 3 boys, as am I. We share a lot of interests. Though we were never able to spend a lot of time together, both being busy mothers, what time we did spend together was really good. And we came to rely on one another for help. The car won't start and the kids need a ride to school? Call Betty. It's 3 days before payday and don't have enough to pay for these medicines? Call Betty. I found a dead body? Call 911, then call Betty. Twice, not kidding. Now, Betty has problems. Betty had an absolute crappy home life growing up, and it explains a lot, but I do believe you are still responsible for your choices and behavior. Over the last 6 months, Betty's life has been spiraling out of control. Man problems, money problems, teenager problems involving police, house problems. She has needed more and more help from me and has less and less able to help me when I need it. But hey, tough times, and I'm glad I'm in a position to help when I can. Betty wound up homeless. Trying to be a good friend, I helped her as much as I could. I helped her clean, pack, and move her things into storage using my van. Having no other options, she and her kids went to stay with her parents. Her car immediately broke down in their driveway. Trying to be a good friend, I offered to give her rides. I can't give you a place to stay, but I can get you where you need to be. Just let me know ahead of time. Now, I'm a widowed mother of 3 teenagers, one of whom is severely disabled. I've got my own crappy life story. 2 of my boys go to 2 different schools with 2 different schedules. The disabled one stays at home and sometimes has caregivers. He requires supervision 24/7, and I'm the only one driving. We have multiple doctor and therapy appointments weekly. So although I'm stay-at-home mom, I'm busy. Betty is aware of all of this boring minutiae of my life. One evening she calls. I've been driving her around regularly, and she left some things in my van and needs them. If her friends brings her up, can she get them and borrow $50? The person bringing her needs gas money and she needs cigarettes. I don't have $40 tonight, but I can get paid tomorrow. I don't have enough gas to get to you and back, but I can bring you everything in the morning. She asks again if there's any way I can help. My gas light is on and I have 3 cents in the bank, and I get paid in the morning. I'm sorry, hon. I just don't have it tonight, but I can come tomorrow. Alright, thank you anyway. Yes, please come in the morning to drop my stuff. I can pay you back next Friday. A couple of things about me. I have face blindness. The part of my brain is supposed to be recognizing faces doesn't work due to a neurological disorder. I rely on things like voice and hair and the way they move and what they are wearing to recognize people. For me, it also means I have problems with directions. I got lost very easily and rely on my phone to tell me where to go. Betty is aware of all of this and has always been extremely understanding of it and patient, helpful, and accommodating to me. Also, I've been the primary caregiver to my severely disabled son since he was born. I quit working to take care of him. Friends drifted away, busy living with their own lives and not understanding the level of my care child required. When he was 8, his father, my husband, became disabled, and then I was taking care of both of them. For 10 years, I was a full-time caregiver to 2 disabled people while raising 2 other children and dealing with my own significant health problems and running our household alone. I became brain-damaged husband's caregiver rather than his partner. Isolated is a good description. Severely depressed is another good description. I don't have many friends. The dearest friend I did have was one of the bodies I found. My husband was the other. I called Betty in the morning with a full tank of gas and cash in hand. I had an hour between appointments, which easily enough time to get there and back, except Betty didn't know where the address of where she was. Everyone else there was asleep and she didn't want to wake them. I had only been there once and I had made some wrong turns on the way, so there was no way I could get there myself. My brain just doesn't work that way. She gave me the nearest intersection to put on my phone and said, "When you get there, call me and I'll guide you in." Cool. I get there, I call, Betty doesn't know the name of the street I should turn onto next, but it's the second light, or maybe the third. It's after McDonald's, or was it KFC? I don't know. My stress level shoots through the roof. I'm lost. I'm driving around aimlessly, trying to recognize anything at all. I only have about 20 minutes before I have to leave for my next appointment, and it's a really important one. Is that the playground from the apartment complex she's in? How do I get there from here? She's trying to help, but she's also getting her 3-year-old dress, and I hear her tell him to get his shoes and coat. Wait, you're not coming with me, are you? You just asked me to drop off your stuff. I have an appointment I can't be late for. Yeah? You said I could have a ride whenever I need one. Well, yeah, but we have to set it up ahead of time. Fine. You know what? Never mind. I'm not feeling it. Betty, I'm happy to give you a ride. I just don't have time right now. You didn't say you needed a ride. You just asked me to drop off your stuff and loan you money. I mean, if it has to be now, you can come with me to my appointment, but you'd have to get in the car quickly. It doesn't sound like you're ready to go, but I can come back later this afternoon. She blew up. I was being mean. I was mocking her. I had waited just like everyone else in her life to kick her when she was down. I was a brick. It wasn't her fault. I was too stupid to find my way to a place that I've been before. Never had she ever spoken to me this way before. Shocked. I didn't know how to respond. But also I saw the turn into the playground and took it. And then saw the parking area I had parked in before. Finally! Phew! I knew where I was. I'm here. Come get your crap. I hung up on her, shaking. I tucked her $60 into her bag and set her things out on the sidewalk. I texted her where the money was to make sure she'd find it. And I got back in my car and shut the door. She came out in her pajamas and started screaming at me. What was my problem? I was a brick. If I didn't want to give her a ride, why did I say I would? There was no call for me to speak of her that way. I called her things crap? How dare I? Her things are important. There was no reason for me to treat her this way. Betty, I'm literally here to help you, doing exactly what you asked me to do. I'm not treating you any kind of way. At this point, I'm shaking so badly. I don't really want to drive, and I feel like I'm going to vomit. She's screaming on the grass, waving her arms around, throwing her body from side to side. We are attracting a crowd. I'm glad I'm inside a car, because if I was outside with her, I would feel physically threatened. She's much larger than I am, though I can run and she cannot. Own your crap! You did this! No wonder you don't have any friends! You own your crap! Own your crap! She starts screaming it over and over. I drive away, shaking, crying, confused, angry, and deeply hurt. She's posting regularly to Facebook, so she got power and Wi-Fi. Beyond that, I don't know. I hope she gets her crap together and makes a decent life for herself, but that's not up to me. I'm sorry it happened. I'm sorry things ended this way. But if I'm being really honest, there's a relief in not feeling obligated to help her anymore. I'm focusing on my own stuff, going to the therapy, trying to get better, and trusting that when I'm ready, I'll find healthy new friends and we'll meet from my healthy new place. This all happened before Thanksgiving. Short story, she's waiting for me to apologize. I'm not going to. So I'm leaving it there. If she reached out, I'd willing to talk to her. I understand this was the result of severe stress and mental illness, but I won't be taken advantage of. Since my husband died, I've been able to put all that caregiving energy into my own self and put my own needs first. I've got a great therapist, I'm going to physical therapy, and I've made a lot of progress with my mental and physical health. I intend to keep going. I'm going to start volunteering at metro parks here this summer. I walk my dogs there almost daily, and I'm hopeful I'll be ready to make new friends by then. Wow, this is really different kind of your typical choosing beggar story. Totally came out unexpected for me. This was really depressing and there's a lot to process here. But one thing is for sure is that OP is indeed a strong woman, an extremely capable one at that. She took care of literally everyone. Her husband, 3 sons, one of them is disabled. And of course, the choosing beggar. OP herself also suffers from some sort of severe rare condition, facial blindness. First time I've ever heard of that. This makes things a lot more challenging as OP cannot recognize the faces of anyone and needed things like people's voices, clothes, or movements as cues. Really tough for her to drive cars. OP has a lot on her plates right now, and clearly she doesn't have room for any more. Her path of getting there just opened up as she no longer have to deal with the BS from Betty and being taken advantage of. OP needs to take care of her family and more importantly, herself first. I hope that OP felt better now that such friendship with the CB is finally over. Betrayal is the worst to bear with. OP tried to give her all, like her everything. Even with 3 cents in her bank, yet she still tried to give CB money for like what, cigarettes? Dang, that's like so kind of her. OP shouldn't even feel insecure about anything, especially if she lacked friends, because obviously, she doesn't have time for that, yet. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Dank Doggo appreciates your time. If you enjoy our content and want to see more of us, stay tuned and subscribe. Don't forget to smash that like button, or Doggo will cry. Also, you can always tell us your Doggo comments, your experiences in the comment section. I will catch up with you guys later in the next video.